What's going on, guys? Haxa here with another episode of Skul the Hero Slayer. I just want to say here at the start real quick, thank you guys so much for coming together to push me past 700. But when I asked you guys to do so, and I brought this up in yesterday's video, it was already too late because I was already, when I started recording yesterday's video, I was already at 700. So the call to action was like really late. Like a lot of people subbed from my Emerald Rogue video. A lot of people just, I guess, naturally subbed even without me having asked. So when the video came out where I asked, it was pretty much too late. But I'd still appreciate it. But we're already, like, at the time of recording this, I think 20 into 700 or something like that. So a good boost towards 800. So hopefully 700 to 800 doesn't take a long time. What is this? Oh, wait, you can do that? I just froze them before they even popped out of the ground. That was fucking weird. So to get into what this run could be potentially, I mean, I have some ideas. I recently was requested to do a magic stun run, which sounds very fun. It's been a while since I've done that. If people are unaware, because I know, and this is part, you know, I was doing this as well. Sub-Zero and Stun got really bad raps in 1.5. Deservedly so, I'll even say that. They were not very good. But 1.6, and I don't know why I'm saying this at this point, we're well into 1.6, but 1.6 fixed some of the problems that Stun and Sub-Zero had with the what's the unstoppable condition on bosses, which really was, and this is not something I personally thought would be the problem. I figured it would have been something deeper than that. Oh, actually, I'm going to pick this up. I thought it would be something deeper than that, but it wasn't. It was actually the unstoppable status was pretty much solely responsible for the problem with oh wow, for the problem with Stun. Do I want this prisoner? I feel like I've done too many king runs lately. Yeah, I think I've done too many king runs. I gotta put him on a bit of a cooldown. As much as I don't want to, I think I just have to. Like, it just makes sense. Though I'm considering if I want to pick it up for the skull shards. Sure. Because I can trade this out later for more skull shards than I would have gotten if I traded out the hunter. I'm thinking I might do a genie run though, because it's been a while, and I know I have a genie run request. I have to look at my run request thing here in a sec. I got one because I remember I specifically was asking, like, does anyone have any genie run requests out there? Because I don't have one and I want to do one. Because recently, another Skul the Hero Slayer YouTuber who you guys should check out, shoutouts to Earl. A little bit hard to find because his YouTube channel is named Earl, but if you search Skul Earl, you should find him. He made a video about Genie, who is one of the most disliked skulls in the entire game, and he made a video defending Genie, and that's kind of, I guess, invigorated some conversations about the Genie, because a lot of people still don't like the Genie, although Genie is, like, not bad at all. Scrag55 is the one who requested the Genie run, by the way, and it's literally just a run where I show off how good the Genie is. So that is very very open-ended. I can do whatever I want with this run. So a run where I show off the Genie and how good it is, or can be, I should say, is not a bad idea at all. The thing about Genie is, and I think a lot of people, I understand new player sentiment being bad about the Genie. The Genie is one of the most unique skulls in the entire game. It doesn't play like any other skull you're going to see. The thing about the Genie is, the Genie is a skull that it does not have dashes like what you're used to on other skulls. Because if you see here, I don't just, and I'm going to be a little over-explanatory in this video because I know there's a lot of people from Pokemon Emerald Rogue who found my channel and are checking out Skul the Hero Slayer potentially. So let's talk about Skul the Hero Slayer a little bit. So the Genie here does not have a dash per se. He has a teleport forward, and it has no iframes attached to it. Or if it has iframes, they're very little. So you have Genie here. He doesn't dash like, say, the Predator here, who does dash. You see here. This is, if I'm sure someone will recognize it, the Dead Cells character. So that's a crossover character. Also, I'm picking that up. Not because I, like, you know, I'm not even necessarily committed to the Genie yet, but I'm sick of seeing Kaboom Bomber and not being able to use it, so I'm picking up the Bomber here. But Genie is just kind of a very interesting and unique Skull. He doesn't have iframes from his dashing. He has iframes from his abilities here. Whenever he's casting an ability, he's completely invincible. So a lot of new players don't know how to like properly make use of that. A lot of new players see Genie like with his terrible dash and then don't think like that they have to use his abilities in a different way than what they're used to with other Skulls. But yeah, the Genie is very, very unique with how it plays with its iframes and stuff. You're never going to see another Skull like Genie. So that's just a little Genie 101 for some people who maybe don't know how to utilize this Skull. But even beyond that, a lot of people still don't think the Genie is good once they do know how to use the Genie. A lot of people still just don't think that it's worth using. But you should go watch the Earl video where he demonstrates a good thing about the Genie. He shows off how he compares its damage to other characters who are considered powerful. One thing you have to understand about basic attacks, which is what the Genie is, he's a basic attack Skull. Basic attacks, unlike abilities, don't have any downtime. Basic attacks are like consistent, constant damage, whereas you know, like some Skulls have like their abilities that are their big selling point. But ability-based Skulls are more burst-oriented, whereas you have Skulls like the Genie, who are basic attack focused, where they're more about consistent damage constantly. It's not as big damage as the burst from ability focused Skulls, but it's very it can be very, very powerful. So you always have to like keep in mind that kind of meta aspect of like the economy in this game of like dealing damage, basically. Like you have Skulls that are based around dealing damage with their abilities, and they're burst oriented, and they have the downside of having downtime in between their time where they're dealing a lot of damage with their abilities. And then you have basic attack focused Skulls, where most of them are speed Skulls, but there's a few exceptions where they deal damage with their basics, and they don't have any downtime in between the massive damage that they deal, with the downside of not being able to deal as much damage generally as ability focused Skulls, though the game doesn't actually end up working out like that. In the reality, basic attack Skulls generally are speed Skulls, and speed Skulls are the strongest Skulls in the game. You have like Werewolf, which in fairness to the strength of Werewolf, all of that is pretty much handed to the Hunt ability, but still Werewolf is you know, a basic attacker Skull at the end of the day. All right, I think I've talked enough about, you know, stuff like that. Let's actually talk about this run here. Mysterious Apparatus here is an excellent ability. Very good on a Skull like this, though I would say on the Genie, it loses some of its value. The problem with Mysterious Apparatus on Genie is it only activates when you're using your abilities, and Genie's abilities casting time takes a long time to get out of that casting animation. So you have less time to use Mysterious Apparatus with Genie than you would with other Skulls. So I don't think this is going to be as like a permanent mainstay on this run as it would be if I was playing just a more regular a basic attack Skull. Because as you like, that was a perfect example. Like especially with that animation, the second skill I picked up is a little less so, but my first ability that I had with my Genie, the casting animation on that takes so long. Yeah, so we're not going to be using Mysterious Apparatus the whole run, but for now it's a decent pickup, you know? It helps me out. What is this? A mage with a little bit of lag attached to it. Do I have any background programs open? I do not. So hopefully that's not a thing that keeps happening. Yesterday's video I had to pause it to let my laptop relax for a bit, so that might happen again today. All right, that's not good. That's bad. Laptop, you and me, we're in this together. Remember, it's all good, baby. Let's kaboom here. I need to get rid of this bomber. I picked up the bomber out of just like I don't know, desperation, because yesterday I saw like 3 Kaboom Bombers in my run, and to see it again today was just like tilting, because like I want to do a Kaboom Bomber run so badly. But I think I'm on this run request with Genie now. This is actually a good item here. We can work on our crit percent a little bit. This is excellent. This is also good. I could maybe sell some items here. I can sell this and sell this. One more. I can sell the Mysterious Apparatus, maybe. I should sell the Carleon Insignia, though, actually. There we go. I don't know if that was worth it. Probably was, though, because I'm not doing anything with Stun or Freeze. The Insignia was a bit of a bad loss, but Rapidity Sword's going to be very good. Has every inscription on it that I want. One thing I definitely need from here is some crit, just a little bit of crit. Misfortune 2 would go a long way. But I want to make use of this Thief Armor. It's a very good item, especially in the early game. And having it on Genie, who can struggle with crowds a little bit, at least before Legendary, it's useful. Don't hurt me. So we're cruising for now. As you can see, the Thief Armor was a very good pickup. But I don't know how long it's going to be. Like, it's not. I don't know if it's a permanent fixture on the run. Also, yes, I did just kaboom to break that shrine. That's how lazy I am. And I stand by that decision too. That was a good decision, dog. All right, so these guys aren't going to be too big of a problem. I'm not worried about them. In fact, we should obliterate them from here. Okay, I think I'm hitting them. I'm not. Okay, that's very annoying. The fucking the Paladin just drives me crazy, man. He's so annoying. Okay, let's try and stop him. I don't want to... Okay, good. We did stop him. Good. The Paladin's just the worst. The Adventurers are just a beast of their own. Acts 1 through 3 are fine. You can deal with them pretty effectively. They're not a problem. But when you get to the Act 4 Adventurers, man, holy hell. That shit is crazy, man. And this is a slow realization I've come to the more I've played this game. Is, oh man, I was hoping there is a skip you can do here, and I kind of want to show it off. I should not wait here. Yeah. You can skip a lot of enemies in this room if you're very careful. Once I walk past this threshold, it's going to spawn a bunch of enemies, as you saw there. If I can just teleport past that little area to get to this guy on the other side who was over here, you can actually skip spawning those enemies in and get out of the room early. But it's hard to do, especially with these skulls. Genie does have a teleport though, and I was trying to do it, but sadly no. Right now I'm looking for a good speed skull, because I want to get a bone of swiftness on this build. So I'm hoping a good speed skull shows up, but you never know what's going to happen. Anything can happen. Maybe I'll find a good power skull who I want to join me. That would be interesting. I don't see that happening, but you never know. Hunter's boots are okay. I'm not upset to get the Hunter's boots. It's just like a little extra, little boost, you know? Nothing crazy. It's not going to be a permanent mainstay on this build because, like, Dash Genie is a bit of a meme in the community. Like, I know Beals used to always try and make Dash Genie builds, and they're not horrible. You can make a Dash Genie build, but it certainly puts you at a disadvantage. I can take this Predator here. In fact, I will. Not because I want the Predator. I'm not going to keep this. But I want to trade in bone shards for a better bone later. Or a better skull later, I should say. And also, Predator is not bad, for the record. Predator is one of the best and just most consistently good skulls in the whole game. And this is actually the skull that Beals compared the Genie to in his video. But it was only a unique Predator, but even then, unique Predator is still a very good skull. Obviously not as good as Legendary Predator, but doesn't really matter that much. So this is one of the first times in a long time I've seen the Harpy at a time where I need her. Most of the time she shows up way too late in a run, and I don't actually get to get her. Oh, who are you? I feel like I've used Davey too much lately. I'm actually going to pass on him. I don't know. You know, I've seen him way too often. I use him every time I see him. He's fun. He's a great Skul. Just we need some time apart, you and me, Davy Jones. And I know it's going to be hard, but it's for the best, trust me. But we are going into Act 3 with our Genie already going to be built towards Legendary, which is a humongous upgrade for the Genie. The Genie really doesn't start popping off until Legendary. So we're about to see a humongous boost in power if we can, well, I'm saying if we can get past the Leona sisters, but we can. I'll get past them, it's nothing. Alright, ladies. I know the drill and that you do as well. We're in this together. It's going to be simple. Though, I guess the beginning here might be a little annoying. If only I had my Legendary Genie now, you know? And also, I do have the Predator I can swap out into. The Predator doesn't have any moments in the run where he's weak. The Predator is strong from the get-go, so... You know, even though the Genie still is not at his maximum power, Predator is, or not maximum power, but at a power level that is respectable, and everyone agrees that the Predator is a good Skul. So that's one Leona down. Here comes the other one. Let's be careful here. I lost myself on the screen there. I was like attacking nothing there. One thing I'm hoping we get is a Evil Sword Kyrian. That'd be a very good item for this run. All basic attack items, but there's like so many items with arms and rapidity on them. You got the Kendo stick, which we already have. You got the arm of the acceleration sword. Yeah, that has arms and rapidity on it as well. And then you have the Evil Sword Kyrian. For some reason, the devs really wanted to put those inscriptions together, which I say for some reason it makes sense. They're natural fits, but still, they did it very often. There we go. God, I can't believe you can take damage from Leona's attacks even though you kill her. I'm sure at least one player has died at that point and probably quit the game forever. Most of the other bosses don't do that. It's only the Leona. I see a Goldmane Rapier. Is there anything better? Suaniso is interesting, but I'm taking Goldmane Rapier. We're going rapidity on this build, so, you know. And also, this just has attack speed attached to it as well. I don't know how long we're going to keep the Goldmane Rapier. I don't know if it's a permanent fixture of the run, but for now, it's going to be very good. And it's time for the big upgrade for Genie. Now, what's his name again? It's like, yeah, Magnifico. We're Magnifico now. Very good Skul. This is where the Genie really starts showing what it's made of. And as you can see here, you get like these apparitions that appear whenever you attack stuff, whenever you're at Legendary Genie. And those are where the Genie's damage really starts to come through, and that's where most of his damage numbers come from. I'm definitely taking a Samurai here. I don't know if it's the Skul I'm keeping for the rest of the run, but at the very least, this thing's going to be good for now. The only problem is we're going rapidity, whereas the Samurai is he's more of like a stack it high kind of Skul, like not a stack it wide kind of Skul like a rapidity run here. So I don't know. I don't think I'm going to try and make this the Skul I keep for the whole run, but at least for now, it's going to be doing some good stuff. All right, what do we got? Give me some good stuff, please. Not what I'm looking for. Not what I'm... Actually, this could be good. I need rapidity. Where's my... I'm already at rapidity 4. And I'll take this then. I'll definitely take that. It's pretty good. That's... I could maybe use some mutant. I don't know. I kind of want to stay out as much as possible with the Genie on this build. There we are. I didn't even have to go up there. Laziness prevails once more. All right, man, we are cruising now. Though I don't get too excited because we're only in Act 3, Part 1. You can't really glean too much from a run's power level at this point. Once we get to Act 4, we'll start really seeing how strong this run is. And I will say this run, as of right now, nothing crazy. nothing too exciting has happened yet. You know, there's a lot of room to grow here, but we are not at a point yet where this is like a crazy run. I'm pretty happy with my abilities. My abilities aren't the selling point of this skull, so there's not too much of a point in freeing that NPC. More than anything, I'm focused on my my basics. All right, let's see if we can't. Okay, I was gonna say let's see if we can't deal with him first. He's really annoying with the Genie because, like I said, those dashes don't have. They're not like other skulls. So let's see if we can't kill her. Okay, good. Now we can deal with him. And he's going to ult here. Maybe we can even get her to ult. Yeah, we can. So they're both gonna die over here. There we go. Good stuff. GG's. Easy stuff. And that is not what I'm looking for, but I think I'll break this for the bone shards. But I'm not going to upgrade my samurai. I'm not committed to the samurai even slightly. I'd actually rather have pretty much anything else that's a speed skull. And we've seen a lot of speed skulls this run, but none of them are compatible with this build, which is, not gonna lie, kind of annoying. Skull, you know the drill. You gotta work with me a little bit. We got some potential here. Let me oh, right. You have to press that skull more than you have to press that ability more than once to actually fully use it. I forgot. I don't know how I forgot, but I did. Man, these apparitions are so awesome, man. I think most of, like I said at the start, most of what throws people off about Genie is its dash, and it's understandable if you're, at least if you're, like, I give veteran players a lot of slack. But a lot of veteran players have very bad opinions in this game, and I'm not saying that to be mean. But a lot of people just don't know how to use like certain skulls, and people will just outright dismiss a skull as being bad, just because like, and they never really give it a fair shot either. And it's the same with a lot of things in this game. Like a lot of people have bad opinions about quintessences as well, where they think like, I've seen like some long-term players of this game say that Flame Dragon is a bad quintessence, and that's just not true. It's just not. Flame Dragon. Oh, okay. Am I really going to take another prisoner? I mean, I am. I'm going to take this prisoner. I don't want to make this a king run though. Maybe I can just take a fucking Minotaur. I mean, it's not bad actually. Yeah, I'll take a Minotaur. I don't want to do another. Even though this would be better for the run, I don't want to make this another run where I'm having like a king run, you know? I feel like I'm milking it too much. I don't want to. So I'm probably going to build this Minotaur, which means no bone of swiftness, but honestly at this point I need to focus on my my damage percent as well. So it's not even necessarily a bad thing that I'm being forced to focus on a non-secondary speed skull. Like, and you might be wondering, like, maybe I should have just committed to the other to the samurai, but the samurai just is not a good fit for this build. Man, we are really poor. We can't even afford this, huh? Also, what is this room, man? This is just tailor-made to be obnoxious. Look at this. I have not seen this in a long time. I feel like we're seeing something rare here, where you like the ghost challenge room. I don't think I've seen that much, if ever. What is this? Clone stamp with arms. Don't mind if I fucking do. What the fuck? I think we can get rid of this now. So, pretty good pickup there. What's in the box? Not useful. We've been struggling with money on this run. I think our money problems are over now that we have our Minotaur, who I think I'm going to commit to as my second skull here, so no more going into skull rooms. We should be just fine with the money. If only I had seen like a stone mask or something. Also, it's really, you can skip this little staircase area with these alchemists. It's really hard to do it. I tried to do it there, but I failed. But like I said, it's hard, so I can't blame me too hard for failing there. So this is kind of, I don't know. I wouldn't say this is like a very synergistic pairing of skulls, but it's not bad. Like, Minotaur is just a really good skull. He can do pretty much everything. He's certainly an ability-based skull, but his basics are pretty dang good too. And I can now pick up a bone of courage if I want to, which also helps with my genie. Not as much as a bone of swiftness, but it's nothing to scoff at either. Like, it's certainly not bad, just not as good as a bone of swiftness would have been. All right, be careful here with especially big skulls like the Minotaur here. Be very wary of the Chimera. Very scary fight with big boys like the Minotaur, especially if your Minotaur is past unique. Okay, I thought I fucked that up, but I didn't. You have to also be careful with the Genie here. Remember that he doesn't have those iframes, so never dash to avoid like the pillars of poison, because that will be your doom if you do that. You will take a fuckload of damage. We did a pretty good job there though. Not hitless, but that doesn't matter. What's in the box? I can take this. It does have rapidity on it. I think it's about time I got rid of this. Pretty happy with this build actually so far. This massively improves this. And now we have Hidden Blade too, which is a good inscription. I don't know if in fact, I'm fairly certain I'm not going Hidden Blade 4, but like, this is good. We are on something here. This run is getting very interesting. Though it does still need some work. We need damage %. That's my goal moving forward. Alright, Arachne. I never really talk about Arachne. She's kind of weird, huh? There's like a history there between her and the witch that I hope gets expanded upon. There's all these little lore quirks in Skul that I'm really hoping one day in DLC or maybe even the hard mode patch update, they expand on some of this stuff. That'd be cool. So now it's time for Act 4. This is where the run really is going to be tested. Is it good? Is it bad? We don't know until now. This is where it really starts mattering, your decisions. Everything up to this point is just building on what's going to happen here. So far, we're doing all right. I shouldn't be using my abilities too much. It's all about the basics here. As you can see, our basics are very good. So, since Earl made that video about how good the Genie actually is, I've always been a Genie defender, but I've never quite said, because Earl went further than I've ever went with it and said that the Genie is like an A-tier skull. In my tier list, I put him in C tier. And my reasoning at the time, I think, was solid, but maybe I should also reconsider my my opinion on the Genie. I think the Genie has gotten a bad rap from a lot of players for far too long, and we're in the age of the Genie now. The Genie is now fully and utterly a good skull, and it's going to get the recognition hopefully it deserves from the community as people start coming out more and more and defending it. That's my hope. Same with Monkey, by the way. Monkey is also a skull that gets a bad rap from the community, and that also is not exactly like, it's understandable, I would say. The Monkey also has a fair amount of problems with it, but I've always been of the opinion that it's not as bad as people think it is for both of these skulls, and I think now we're getting to a point where people are recognizing that. Give me something. Ooh, is this actually nah? The offensive will gives me stats is the thing. That's good, but I'm not using my abilities enough to justify that, I don't think. Okay, Rear Blast is exactly what I was looking for. Could get rid of this, but it's pretty good stats. Actually, let's get rid of this. That's not helping me that much. Rear Blast is going to help me so much. We have consistent and constant a way to get that 90, or is it 80% now? Oh, it's 90%. Yeah, they buffed the Rear Blast, I remember. In 1.5 they took one of the best damage % items and they just made it better for some reason. I was very confused when they did that. But yeah, they did it. Which, hey, the game completely changed in 1.5, so honestly I kind of see why they buffed Rear Blast a little bit, because the game became more about inscriptions and just about like items with damage % on them. So yeah, Rear Blast has weird inscriptions on it, so I understand why they would give it a bit of a boost. Because it kind of needs it, just like a Master Brawler got buffed as well. Because it also now is a little bit weaker than it used to be. Just a bit, not by a lot. It's just a little awkward to slide it in because of those inscriptions. Let's bring out the Minotaur here for a bit. A very good skull. Okay, this is going to insta-summon these bozos. This guy kind of has a weird quirk about him where if you stun him or freeze, not freeze, it's actually just stun. If you stun him while he's summoning his friends, he insta-summons them. Not sure why that's the case. It only started in 1.5, but you know, it's probably on purpose. The devs probably just don't want him to be as easily counterable as he would be if you could just stun him and then he not summon anyone. But it's just weird that it doesn't work with freeze too, because freeze also counters him very easily. But the thing is, we don't have high damage percent at all in this build, but we are very powerful. At least in rooms. I don't know how we're going to do against the adventurer here. But in rooms, we're pretty unstoppable. Which is to be expected because I do have that thief armor. I think that's actually a lot of it. Thief armor is just really, really good. God, we are very, very good right now. Took almost no damage in the entire act so far. Alright, so it's time for adventurers. There's really no adventurer I don't want. I guess the one I want to see the least is the warrior. So please no warrior. I haven't seen him in a while, actually. Where's he been? Uh-oh, are we in another glitch? Oh, no. Where's the warrior been, bro? I know I've seen him in 1.6.1. I know I have. Start paying attention. It could just be bad luck on my part. Check it. Pay attention if you see the warrior. I'm sounding a bit of alarm bells here. It's been a very long time since I've seen him, and I'm wondering what's up. I don't think he's glitched though, because I do think I've seen him in 1.6.1, though it could be another situation like the Spokesman of the Mist, where like the damage percent isn't removed, you can still get it. It's just very unlikely to get it. And that is bad too. That has to be addressed. So all I'm saying is, you know, keep your eyes peeled. He's going to be on milk cartons around the world missing. Please find our boy, the annoying and I don't even know why I want him back, because he is like my least favorite adventurer fight. In a segment of the game where I already think all of the fights are really hard, except for one of them, which would be the thief. But yo, we gotta find our boy. We gotta find our warrior pal. So that was easy, which is weird to say about the mage. She's, in my opinion, the hardest fight in all of Skul the Hero Slayer. But we got through her with relative ease, and that's what matters. Oh, okay. So thank you for the iframes, Mr. Genie. Alright, so I'm just going to go over here and spawn these guys in. Because we have Weapon Master now, which is going to kill everything. Except for this guy, but that's fine. Also, we'll free the halfling. Might as well. She's here. That's a pretty good heal. Thank you, halfling. Lately, she hasn't wanted me dead as much as she usually does, which is a huge improvement. I think we're working things through. Because usually the halfling gives you the worst heals at the worst moments, but lately she's been giving me good stuff. She even gave me my dear friend a couple days ago, which is a very rare dub. Let's go ahead and Weapon Master here. Maybe I could have stood to hold off on that, but it did destroy the pedestal. That was my my reasoning there. Destroying the pedestal is just kind of a bonus, you know, where I don't have to deal with it. Weapon Master is a very good quintessence. It's just, especially in rooms, it kind of falls off against like bosses. But even against bosses, it's pretty decent. It's not as good as Shadow Knights in that scenario, but it does have a smaller cooldown on it than Shadow Knights. I'll just go ahead and use it here. I don't care. I guess I'll cleanse myself. We have a debuff. I'm really hoping this next shop gives me some good stuff, because we're still a little low on the damage percent side here. Hoping for some, maybe, you know, Pot of Greed, maybe? The ring? It's been a while since we saw the ring. I'd 100% take it on this build. Lag? Go away, lag. No one wants you. Okay, well, I think I have a good time to take this. Because we are low on the damage percent side. The only problem is I don't know what to get instead. Like, what do I get rid of here? This gives me more damage percent. Leave a mark on enemies at 30% HP or below, 20% for adventurers and bosses. Wow, that's... Why is it harder on bosses? I think I'll take that over this. It's consistent more uptime with my damage percent. I'm looking for one good sword. Oh, okay. I want arm 6 here. I need that for rapidity. I think I'm gonna get rid of this, even though I literally just bought it. Yeah, that unfortunate. If only I hadn't wasted my money there a little bit, but that's fine. It is what it is. We still have the time to find the slime, and I'm coping a little hard here. Forgive me for a moment for indulging in a little bit of copium. But what if, okay, just hear me out here. What if we lived in a world where I got the duplicated solar sword? Or what if we lived in a world where I find Fulgent Dawn on the way out, you know? That could be a world that we live in. And you have to believe, okay? Just for a moment, you know? Turn that copium. It doesn't take a lot to turn copium into hopium, okay? And I'm thinking that we live in a world where that could happen. You never know. Let's see. I'm keeping an open mind here. Okay, we're pretty strong now, right? We're pretty strong. We're almost at 400 damage percent. You don't need a lot of damage. Oh, shit. Uh-oh. Guys. Guys. What did I tell ya? I might be ODing on hopium a little bit here, and, you know, call me crazy, but there is a chance. None of these items I can get rid of, so it's a full odds here. We'll see what happens. Full odds, solar sword. It could happen. Ah! I mean, that's still really fucking good. That's really, really good. I can get rid of this at this point, I believe. Gets rid of my hidden blade, which is unfortunate. But then I don't have much of a purpose for this. Actually, no, I can't get rid of this. I need this. I need it for... Well, no, because I do have this. Yeah, I gotta get rid of this. We still have consistent activation with our rear blasts. It's unfortunate, but that just... It made sense. It had to happen. Thankfully, I have Wait, is that not activating my rear blast? Okay, it is. Thank God. I was about to be very upset. The double rear blast, by the way, ridiculous. Now our damage percent is very good. And we also have Manatech and Execute, I guess. Execute's an interesting inscription. I didn't realize. But, like, the thing is, why would you want to amplify your damage by that much when a boss is below 20%? What's the point? By that point, they're fucking dead. Like, it should be higher on bosses than lower than on normal enemies. They should make it like 40 or 50 on bosses. 40 would be okay. So let's get in here and let's see what happens. I think I'm going to do very good against Joan. I don't know if it's going to be giga damage, but it's going to be good pretty much regardless. Oh, wow, that was very laggy. Okay, I have the Giga Stomp with my Minotaur. That's what I wanted to check here. I'm going to hold on to this to the end for a special surprise for those who are maybe new to this and don't watch my video, or new to my channel, because I know there's a lot of you now. You can do some really cool things with this Stomp at the end of the run with the Minotaur. Let's wait for some of these enemies to come up and then summon a Weapon Master here. Oh yeah, that's the good stuff. So the thing about Joan is, she's crafty. I'm not predicting that we're going to have a hard time with Joan. I'm thinking we're going to have a pretty easy time with her. But the problem we have to deal with is Joan is going to, when you get to phase 2, she has a lot of opportunities to make herself invincible and ruin my my plans here. So I'm hoping that she cooperates with me and I can get a quick, easy kill on her. But, you know, you never know. With Joan, anything can happen. She's, in terms of like true bosses, she's much harder than the first hero in my opinion. Also, lag. She is much harder than the first hero. Okay, we are taking more than I'd like to here. Not that it's a problem. I'm not worried about my my life here. If only we had Orc. I think Orc would make this run truly pop off a little bit harder. As of right now, I don't think we're in Giga Damage territory, which, like, this is something I've been saying a lot lately. Not every run has to be Giga Damage, you know? Okay, let's be careful. This should kill her. Yeah, she's super dead. And we got the orb. See, that's the vibes, okay? The good vibes are stored in the orb. And that's how we know that the run is good, when we ever get the orb against Joan. I don't know if this is particularly good. I think I'm going to break this for money. 2 on ACO would have been good earlier, but I'm pretty happy with my Weapon Master, so... Like I said, the good vibes are stored in the orb. We don't have to worry about it. It's all good, baby. One love, one life. Is that what the song says? I think so. I hope I didn't get that wrong. I don't know that song, okay? Not really. Let's get together and feel alright. I know that part. And that's what we're on. That's what we're doing, baby. So hopefully this well, okay, this is probably more. I'm OD on Hopium more than I was earlier with the double solar sword. I'm hoping the Act 5 shop is good, but it is the Act 5 shop, so already off to a good start here. No, I think I'm spent. I don't think I can refresh again. I can take this. Nah. What's the... Okay, it's a fucking imp. So we're kind of fucked here, no matter what. I guess I'll just heal, because why not? Get my HP up a little bit. And this is our kit. Screenshot. Clone Stamp with arms is interesting. Like, how often do I have Clone Stamp at the end of a run? Like, pretty much never. Very rarely. I think the last time I had it at the end of a run was also arms. Double arms on it. May have been courage, but... This is certainly not a Giga Damage run. But it's a very cool run. It shows off the strengths of the Genie quite well. A lot of people, like I said, Genie gets a bad rap from the community. Though hopefully the times are changing. I know Earl's videos help a lot, mold a lot of people's opinions. So hopefully Beals gets in on it and makes a Genie video about how good the Genie is. That's like when people's opinions really will start being changed. Because Beals is, you know, a lot of people's opinions are downwind of what Beals thinks, which isn't, you know, I'm not saying that to, you know, I'm not implying anything. It's just how it is because he's the biggest Skul YouTuber. All right, so let's get in here. Let's see how it goes. I don't think we're gonna destroy the first hero or anything like that. It's not like a Haxa obliterates the first hero, no way kind of thing, but it's gonna be very good, and we're gonna do very good against him. So let's get in there and see what happens. Oh, I'm stretching, sorry. Oh, stay limber, baby. You always gotta stay limber. So, first hero, bit of a bozo, as we like to call him here on this channel. Bozo first hero. Doesn't stand a chance against me. He thinks after all this time that he can do literally anything against me. He can't. Try as he might, he's fucked. Wow, we really haven't used the Minotaur too much, have we? And that's fair. I mean, like I said, Minotaur is definitely an ability-based Skul. His basics are not bad, but the Genie, I mean, on a basic build like this, we're going pretty hard into the Genie. Like, it's definitely all about the Genie here. So one thing you always have to keep in mind about the Genie is he cannot deal with this attack in particular. He's not the way the other Skuls can. Most of the Skuls, you just kind of dash in the corner whenever you feel like you're about to get hit. Genie can't do that. So never try and dodge that attack with the Genie unless you're using his abilities, because you will take some unnecessary damage, which I believe I did there. Alright, so good start. We might even see the Hell Cage here. It's been a very long time. I used to see the Hell Cage in every video, but I very rarely see it these days. Also, this is a bit of a more annoying segment to deal with the Genie as well. Like, most of the skulls, you have a very, like, good rhythm that you can get into to avoid taking damage from him on this part, but the Genie can't do that because the Genie doesn't have iframes attached to his dash. So, it's another one of those situations where the Genie is a bit awkward, and I'm sure that really just, like, throws new players off. And like I said, I understand why new... Also, what the... This is what the hell? This is glitchy as fuck. He's not supposed to do that from the edge of the screen. He almost always... In fact, I've literally never seen him, until then, not teleport to the center of the screen to do that attack. I think I broke him with stun or something. Okay, now we're in the Hell Cage. Like I said, I think we're going to see it on this video. Ah! Stop it, Mr. First Hero. Leave me alone. There we go. So I'm going to try and keep my life here. I think I can do it pretty easily. I'm not worried about it. Let's get down there and end this bozo. RIP bozo, smoking on that first hero pack. All that zoomer jazz. I'm not worried about it. I think my first life is safe. It's in good hands. I just have to not be stupid here. Come over here. Oh! Oh. Laptop? You alright? I wasn't even doing anything crazy there. Okay, so he's probably going to Hyper Beam here. Or at least he's going to soon. That's his, that's what I like to call his, like, Giga Blast attack. And we beat him. We beat him. I don't have a good way to break this wind screen. Oh, yeah, I do. What am I saying? I have the Giga Stomp here. So that's what I was alluding to earlier. There's a really good way to break the wind screen here as the Minotaur. The way you do it is you maintain this this down smash here you have here until the end. You can see it there. Down plus attack. Jump in the air here. No! Okay, no fucking way! I fucking ruined it! I've literally never in all of my time playing this ruined this. How did I ruin this? Oh my god, that's the most washed moment of the entire channel, dude. No fucking shot did I just ruin that. Like, it's a free windscreen. It's a free broken windscreen. I'm ashamed. I'm sorry, guys. I failed you. I can't believe I just failed you guys that hard. Oh my god. GG's. I have no words, man. I have no words. Well, let's not linger on that, all right? You know, let's not talk about that. Let's talk about the run. The run was excellent, although not quite the level of broken I wanted. I mean, I have the fucking kendo stick here at the end, you know? There are items that I wanted that I just didn't get. I wanted, like, the Evil Sword Tyrion. A little bit more damage scaling, too, though actually, by the end, I think we actually got there with our damage scaling pretty effectively. Double Rear Blast definitely saved the day in that regard. Though I would have loved to have gotten the Dawn of the Crimson Sun, but, you know, this was probably the second best thing I could have gotten. Lots of rapidity, lots of arms. We got to arm 6 thanks to the Clone Stamp. And Clone Stamp, frankly, I would say Clone Stamp, it's a tough sell most of the time, unless it's Masterpiece. Arms and Artifact are about as close to usable from Clone Stamp after the other inscriptions, or after Masterpiece that it comes to whenever you're using Clone Stamp, but everything else after that is just trash. Like, a Clone Stamp without those on it is just not good. Maybe Artifact, no, Antique. Maybe Antique, because it already gives you max HP itself, and if you have Antique on this, you can get even more XP, and that could be good for Hand of Glory. So I can see a world where Antique on a Clone Stamp is good too, but there's not a lot of inscriptions on Clone Stamp that make it worth taking. In this instance, though, it was. So happy to have it. Fucking Kendo Stick at the end, which is fine, especially on a build like this with Rapidity Sword, or Acceleration Sword. I always call it Rapidity Sword, which is what it is, but Acceleration Sword makes Kendo Stick at least do something interesting. I don't know if there's like a ceiling on how often that this can proc, but I'm sure Kendo Stick with its 20% gives it a little bit extra downtime, or less downtime in between whenever it's proccing. And I don't know, everything just kind of came together here. We actually kept the gold main rapier to the end, which is not something I do very much. even though I really love this item, so I'm happy to have had it. Minotaur was a little bit of a disappointing secondary skull. I wish would have rather have had a good speed skull, but I do stand by my decision to get rid of the samurai because just not a good basic attack companion. Samurai needs giga damage percent, and we just did not have that here. So Minotaur was a better option, but it wasn't exactly a great option. But the Genie did just fine on its own. It just needed that little bit extra to really show what it's made of. Orc would have definitely got me there, but it's fine. I'm still very happy with this run. I hope you learned something about the Genie. It's a very good skull. Do not discount it. I know it's hard to play with. Just practice with it. It's once you get the hang of using the Genie, it's as easy to use as any other skull. It just you have to be in a different mindset. So that's about all I have to say. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I do appreciate you guys getting me to past 700. We're decently past 700. We're 1/5 of the way there to 800, which is insane to say. And even then, I think I was at 724. So I might even be 1/4 of the way there at this point. I don't know. I don't know what my number is while I'm recording these videos, but either way, keep subscribing if you're new here and you want to find out if this channel is for you. Don't feel rushed. Stick around, watch some videos. I do other games now on this channel. I do Pokemon Emerald Rogue on Saturdays. I'm looking to expand even further beyond that, but I need to find a game that interests you guys. So we'll see. We're kind of in between updates on Skul the Hero Slayer, so you know we're in a bit of a you know, it's been 2.5 months since 1.6 came out and still no word from the devs on the next update. So we're all kind of just hanging in there. The game's still great. It's just, you know, we could use an injection of content. But that's really all I have to say. Thank you guys for being here. I appreciate you. And I will see you again in the next one. Bye-bye.